What's up, everybody? Surly Mechanic here. On this episode, we're going to talk about the silliest thing I was ever pulled over for. And I'm doing this on the road to help my in-laws move. They're moving just down the street from us. So it's my job today to move the chickens, the barbecue pit, or pits, and the chicken coops. So cruise control set, and we're rolling. Alright, so everybody loves Arizona green tea. Most everybody. The big cans, the 99-cent cans, well, you know, they're not 99 cents anymore, but they still say 99 cents. Back around 2005 or so, I was driving down Virginia Beach Boulevard, and for whatever weird reason, my Integra didn't have cup holders, and so it was easy with that big can to set it between the seat and the parking brake. So that's usually what I'd buy. I'd buy 2 or 3 of them at a time and be good to go. Well, I was coming through an intersection somewhere near Independence, I believe, and I see a cop next to me in traffic. I didn't think anything of it because I'm not doing anything wrong. All my stickers are good. You know, I don't have any window tint. I'm not doing anything dumb. The music's not up. And he looks at me, and as soon as the light turns green, I get about halfway to the next intersection and he drops in behind me. And I was like, what in the world? Throws his lights on. I'm thinking, all right, I gotta have a brake light out or something. No. Son, do you know why I pulled you over? No, sir, I can't say that whoa. The hood just popped up on my truck. All right. We'll be back in a second. We're going to stop right here on the shoulder and put the hood back down. That was weird and interesting at the same time. All right, hold that thought. That was the first time that's ever happened. It's very interesting. I mean, I was under the hood the other day. I did an oil change and rewired my trailer lights and stuff. Come on, Mr. Chevrolet. Sees me got my blinker on to get back on the highway here, and he wants to slow down. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Son, do you know why I pulled you over? No, sir, I can't say that I do. I said, I know I wasn't speeding. I was like, do I have a tail light out, or, you know, is there something else you see that might be questionable? Because at this time, the local municipalities were cracking down on lowered cars and lifted trucks, and oh, you can't, those aren't DOT headlights, and your vehicle didn't come with HIDs, you're not allowed to have HIDs. Well, he goes, what are you drinking? Is that an open container? And I didn't, you know, I'm not a big drinker. I'll have a beer every now and then. And when he said open container, my mind immediately went to, yeah, it's open. Well, excuse me, I'm having my drink. Anyway. Yes, sir, it's an open container. Well, you know, you shouldn't be drinking and driving. I said, well, it's just tea. And he thought that I was feeding him a line of nonsense. And and I had to hand him the sealed can because I wasn't about to hand him my open can. I asked his permission to hand him the can, and he looks at it, and he's like, oh, that's Arizona green tea. I mean, I don't know if he was reaching or searching or whatever, but that's the funniest thing I've ever been pulled over for. Now, it's not the funniest thing that's ever happened when I've been pulled over, but it's the funniest thing I've been pulled over for. And I will also add, since the hood incident added a minute to our video here, because I'm not editing this, I will also add that if ever you are being pulled over by the police, I always find it super helpful, regardless of whether you're agitated or not, put your hazards on and keep your hands on the steering wheel. And this is for my kids too. I'm going to teach them this. Hazards on, get out of the flow of traffic, get over into a parking lot on the shoulder, somewhere safe and out of the way, hands on the steering wheel. Obviously you want to put the window down just to be safe. I understand the controversy these days with police officers and the agitation with police officers, and I'm very much mind your own business. However, when driving on public roads, I try to accommodate the best I can. Now, I'm not going to be walked all over, and I don't expect anybody to be walked all over. That also being said, if ever you are in a, if you're in your hometown and you have the department for the sheriff, the number for the sheriff's department, and you're being pulled over and it's after dark and there's not really any good spots, call the sheriff's department and let them know, hey, I have an officer attempting to pull me over, and I just wanted to let somebody know that there's not enough light where I feel comfortable. Now, I've seen people do that. I've also seen them give people a hard time for that without, because they just make the assumption that you're not going to stop, but that's not the case. Call the sheriff's department, call the local municipality wherever you're at, and be like, hey, there's a police officer trying to pull me over. I'm going down this road. I'd like to get somewhere where there's more light. If you're so inclined to do so, then do it. Don't ask. It's better to ask forgiveness than permission. Do what you feel is safe and necessary in the event you are pulled over. I think the only time I ever got rude with a police officer, I was in my Ford Explorer, and he was just being rude from the get-go. I don't know if he was having a bad day or what, but the registration was expired on my truck, because at the time, things were super tight, and one of my headlights was a different color than the other. And he said, you can't have that color differential, and I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not going to research it. I didn't argue with it. I mean, there's no beating around the bush. My registration was out, and in Texas, I don't know about anywhere else, as long as you get the registration rectified, you only pay like a $10 ticket, which I'm fine with. It's $10. But it was just the way everything was presented and addressed that I wasn't understanding. But that pretty much does it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoy your green teas. Hope you enjoy your weekend. I'm putting the sneak peek out a little bit later in the week than I anticipated because I was so busy. This week I had a Land Rover that I had to disassemble. which that thing is a mess. A Ram 5500 with a transfer case issue, which I'm still searching for a price on a transfer case. A good price on a transfer case, because those things are expensive. They ain't no joke. And I sold a dirt bike that I just could not invest the time and money in. Mainly the money because it's a classic, very expensive factory replacement parts, not required but recommended just based off of the value of the bike. And I didn't want to do it an injustice. I'd rather just have somebody else do it. So that got sold, and it got picked up last night, and it's on its way to North Carolina to a gentleman there. So busy week, big week. Trying to get some other things ironed out. I have some responsibilities that I gotta take up some slack on. So shout out to there's a police officer right there pulling somebody over. Peyton, Lillian, and Timothy always do the right thing. Never hesitate to come to me with an issue, concern, what have you. Oh, this shirt's bunching up. There we go. Well, we'll see you guys later. Make sure you like, subscribe, question, comment, concern, criticize, jazzercise. We're cruising at 65 miles an hour, about to hit the interstate. Headed to Texas City to pick up some chickens. See y'all later.